The issue of social housing repair and maintenance is probably the second most common issue that I hear about in my constituency office, and that's next to those seeking assistance and advice in obtaining a local authority house in the first place. And many of the people come in, they bring in photographs, or they send me on videos, or they invite me out to their house to see the conditions they're living in, and they're absolutely dreadful. The houses are damp, there's mould on the walls, there's mould on the ceiling, there's holes in the walls, there's holes in the ceilings, there's single glazed windows, there's drafts around the doors, there's holes in the roof. It's dreadful, and people are spending money that they can ill afford to try and heat these homes, and they're fighting a losing battle. They're buying products to clean off the mould, they're replacing bedding on a regular basis, clothes sometimes on a regular basis because it's destroyed with mould. And there's also significant costs in terms of the health of the people living in these homes. And I'm hearing from parents whose children are constantly off school because they're getting colds or they're developing asthma or other respiratory conditions. Older people are ending up requiring hospital care because of the conditions they're living in. And I mean, the housing policy has to take greater consideration of the standard and quality of both new and existing homes. And we have a lot of concentration on the requirement for new homes, and that's absolutely important. But our existing housing stock has to be brought up to a proper standard. And in 2017, Ireland was found to be in breach of the European Social Charter because of the substandard condition of many of their social houses. I mean, the local authority budgets were slashed during the economic crash, and there were recruitment embargoes placed so that many of the local authorities are operating with a skeleton crew as their maintenance staff, and those budgets have not been restored. And what I hear from the local authorities, they're constantly trying to source electricians or plumbers or construction workers to do the work that's vital on their housing stock, and they're competing with the private sector because those workers are also doing work in the private sector. It's impossible to get the work done in a timely fashion, and houses that are vacated are left sitting for months and sometimes years because they cannot get the workers to actually do the work that's required to reallocate those homes. So successive alternative budgets by Sinn Féin have included measures aimed at addressing poor quality housing and ensuring that new housing meets key standards, and that needs to be taken into account by this government. So as well as building more homes, we need to bring our existing stock up to a proper standard, and directing scarce labour resources to the coldest homes is the best use of public money that we can see. It's socially equitable, and it will show the best return on public investment in achieving climate targets.